Lesson 6.4 is all about completing the square. If we learned anything from 1940s jazz musician, it's don't be a square. Well, in this lesson, it's actually going to be very helpful to be a square. So we're going to want to get rid of that. Don't think like that. Think about being a square. It's cool to be a square. The square root property says that if we have a binomial x plus n squared, and that equals m, then we can find out what this x value equals. We'd say x equals m, this big value, the square root of m minus our n value. And there's one thing to note here, this square root of m. Remember, if we have like 64 and we want the square root of 64, that's either 8 squared or it's negative 8 squared. Both of them will give you 64. So you always want the positive and negative version of each of those. And I'm going to show you a quick example here just so we know what we're talking about, where we're going with this. Let's say we had x plus 1 squared equals 16. So we have it in the form x plus n squared equals m. Well, we would say that our x equals, if we're looking for the square root of m, we would say the square root of 16, minus our n value, so minus this value here, minus 1. So we would say x equals plus, or should I say positive or minus 4 minus 1, which then means x is either going to equal, if x was positive 4 minus 1, then it would be 3. If x was negative 4 minus 1, then it would be negative 5. So these are both possible solutions to this equation right here. So you want to make sure that you have both on there. So let's move on and see how we can use this square root property. If we want to solve using the square root property, this is a case where we have rational roots. So in this case here, this is our equation. This is our root that we're looking at. We have x squared plus 8x plus 16 equals 25. So the first thing we have to do is factor this side to get it down into that square root that we were looking for. So when we factor x squared plus 8x plus 16, that's going to become x plus 4 and x plus 4. So we could just call that x plus 4 squared. And we have that it still equals 25. Now from here, same thing. We would say that x equals square root of our m value minus our n value. So remember, 25 is the same as either positive 5 squared or negative 5 squared. And we still have to subtract 4. So working from here, then we would say x equals, if it was positive 5 minus 4, that would just be positive 1. Or if it was negative 5 minus 4, it would be negative 9. So this is our solution set. So this is how we would use the square root property.